Hey y'all, welcome to TXC Tells All, or welcome back if you're one of our subscribers. So the application is out, y'all. If you are watching today or you've been watching our videos on student loans, and we've been talking about Biden's student loan debt program with the application coming out soon. Soon is now. So the application actually came out, I want to say either Friday or this past weekend. I did mine on Saturday, and we'll get into a little bit on the details on that. But if you have been waiting and watching Studentaid.gov or your student loan servicer's website to see when's this application that they've been talking about coming out, it's out. So it's time to apply. You can get up to $20,000 in student loan forgiveness, which for some people is wiping out what student loans they have left. So if that's you, it's not me, but if that's you, I'm happy for you. Make sure you do this application. Hopefully you meet the requirements, and I'll go into those a little bit more in a few minutes, but it's good. I mean, whether you have six-figure student loan debt like me, or you have $10,000 or $20,000 in student loans left, this is good. At least it's something, right? I always say something is better than nothing at all. So let's make sure we get these applications done and get it in. But happy Monday, y'all. Monday was Monday and today, and it's been a long day. But I wanted to get on here at the beginning of the week because this is important. And, you know, it's around 7:15, well, Houston time, 7:15 Central time. So hopefully if you are watching this, you're home, you picked up the kids, and you're getting ready to decompress a little bit, and you can take this time, even if we're going to go through the application live, like online right now. I'm going to share my screen. And if you haven't done it yet, I would say take out your phone, because I literally did my application on my phone at a football game. Like, that's how quick it is. So if you have not done your application yet and you qualify, or even if you're not sure if you qualify, honestly, if you have federal student loans and you are not sure if you qualify at this point, I wouldn't even stress myself out or spend the time researching. Just go. The application is so easy that it's worth just going and doing it, and then let it be processed and see if you qualify. If you qualify, great. If you don't, I mean, at least you tried. It literally took 2 minutes of your time. Most of us spend more time scrolling Instagram than that. So take the 2 minutes. It'll be worth it if you qualify. So I'm going to give people a few more minutes to hop in here. If you're hopping in, make sure you say hello, check in with us. As you know, both me and Larita have done a bunch of content on student loans because, with law school debt. If you haven't been on here before and checked out our channel, make sure you check out our other videos. But both me and Larita are attorneys. And so we have a considerable amount of law school debt, student loan debt from law school. For me, even though I had a scholarship for undergrad, law school is expensive. Like, the scholarship for undergrad was great, but I still have six-figure student loan debt from law school alone. So student loan forgiveness, the student loan debt relief program, all of that, I've been following it in the news. I've been tracking it. And I guess you say this is really like the first, well, for me, for what I qualify for, this is really like the first major relief that I've been able to do or participate in besides the consolidation of my loan. So for those of you, I know a couple people had asked me in the comment section of my other student loan videos if I did consolidate. And yes, I did consolidate my loans years ago. I want to say I probably did a full consolidation other than a private student loan, that one private student loan that I had for bar study expenses that I took care of. That's a whole nother story for another day. But I did do, the majority of my loans are consolidated. My federal student loans are consolidated, and my servicer is Nelnet. So for those of you who are serviced by Nelnet, you don't actually have to go on to Nelnet's website to do this application. So the application for the student loan forgiveness through the Biden program, you actually do that on Studentaid.gov. So whether you have Nelnet, or I think some of the other services are Fed loans, as long as you have federal student loans, it's just one application for everybody. So you go on, everybody's going to be doing the same application to see if they qualify for the up to $20,000 of student loan forgiveness. Hey, Ellen Willis, hi from Texas. Thanks for joining in. I hope you did your application. Tap in, let everybody, if you did your application already, tap in. If you haven't, check out Larita's public student loan forgiveness videos. If you go onto TXC Tells All, we have a student loan playlist. And in that playlist, you will find public service student loan forgiveness videos. She does a really good job of breaking down the application process for that, which is a lot more involved than this that we're going to talk about today. But that's for people who are in the public service sector who may qualify for complete loan forgiveness after basically working in the public sector for 10 years. So if you work in the public sector, you work for a nonprofit, and I have mentioned this before in one of my other videos, even if you have a nonprofit that you work for full time, meaning your own 501c3, you may qualify. So if you think you might qualify as a public service student loan forgiveness, make sure you check out Larita's videos on the channel. But all right, so let's hop into this application. When I tell you it was so easy, they hardly ask for any information. One thing I was really surprised about is they don't ask you for any document uploads. So you don't have to gather W-2s or tax forms or calculate your monthly income or none of that. Like no numbers. You're literally putting in basic information, reading like a waiver, clicking a button and pressing submit. Another thing I saw is a lot of people were like, I didn't even read. I don't know what I signed. I just I just said, okay, let me put this information in, and okay to whatever you say, give me my loan forgiveness. I'm not reading this. But you always want to read anything that you sign. So we're going to kind of go through some of the things that they were talking about in that waiver. So if you did the application, but you didn't get an opportunity to read, let's go through it together. All right, so I'm giving people a few minutes to hop in on here. I see a few people hopping in. So like I said, if you are watching this and you have not done your application and you have federal student loans, pull out your phone. Let's do it together, okay? So I'm going to share my screen. I'm not the best at sharing my screen, so bear with me, y'all. I am about to share my screen so y'all can see. 1 second. So we're going to go over to the student loan app. Here's my share screen button. Hold on, y'all. There we go. Okay. Let me share my screen with y'all. All right. There we go. Okay, so y'all should be able to see on my screen federal student aid. So it's Studentaid.gov, right? So you're on here. If you're looking at the screen, when you go on the website, Studentaid.gov is the website, and you'll see it look just like this. Are you looking for student loan debt relief, right? So right on here, it says time to complete about 5 minutes. No login or documents required. They are not lying to you. There is no login, no documents required, and you literally just click start the application. So if you are worried, I don't know my login, you don't have to do that. You don't have to log into anything. So then it gives you some information, right? Eligibility for debt relief. What is federal student loan debt relief? It's a program that provides eligible borrowers with full or partial discharge of loans up to $20,000 to federal Pell Grant recipients and up to $10,000 to non-Pell Grant recipients. So essentially, what that means is if you received a federal Pell Grant, even just one time during the course of your undergrad or master's or law school studies, whatever, as you were a student, if you received a Pell Grant, even if it was just one time, so I'll use myself as an example. I received a federal Pell Grant my freshman year of college. So I qualified just because I received it that one time during my college career. So if you have received that, like it says right here, you can get up to $20,000. If you haven't received a Pell Grant, you can receive up to $10,000, right? So who qualifies? Individuals who made less than $125,000 in 2021 or 2020, and families that made less than $250,000 in 2021 or 2020. So this might help a lot of people because 2020 was the beginning of the pandemic, right? So some people lost their jobs, some people's income changed in 2020 because of situations dealing with COVID. So that might make people that may have not otherwise qualify under these ramifications, okay? And it says, how does it work? Apply today, but no later than December 31st, 2023. So for those of y'all who are like, what's the deadline? I don't have time for this right now. Even though my recommendation is not to wait, get it in as soon as possible, you do technically have until December 31st, 2023. So then it says, we'll determine your eligibility and will contact you if we need more information. Your loan servicer will notify you when your relief has been processed. So after this, there's nothing else you have to do unless they contact you and tell you they need more information. I did mine a few days ago, and I haven't received any notification about anything as yet. So this is the application, y'all. So we're scrolling down, right? We're scrolling down, and you have your first name you need to put in, then your middle initial, last name, social security number, date of birth, and that's it. So like phone number, email, that's literally the extent of the information you have to put in. Name, social security number, date of birth, phone number, email. Then this is the review and submit the agreement. So this is the waiver I was talking about before that most people didn't read. It says, by signing this form, you agree with the following statements. I request federal student loan debt relief of up to $20,000. So of course you request the max. You let them decide what you qualify for. So if you don't know whether or not you got a Pell Grant, don't worry about that. They have that in the system. If you got one, they'll know. I will provide proof of income to the U.S. Department of Education. So you have to do that anyway with your federal student loans certifying each year. So that's not anything that you actually have to submit unless they ask for that. I understand that if I fail to do so by March 31st, 2024, or if my income does not qualify for federal student loan debt relief, the relief will not be processed. So they are going to check. It's not like you can just apply for this and be like, oh, they won't know I made more than 125 in 2020 or 2021. They will know. And if they need any additional information, they will ask you for it. I verify that I'm the individual named above, and I affirm that one of the following is true for 2020, so they give you the dates, or 2021. I made less than the required income to file federal taxes. I filed as a single tax filer and made less than 125, so we talked about that. I was married, filed my taxes separately, and made less than 125. I was married, filed my taxes jointly, and made less than $250. So it means if you filed together with your husband or wife, you made less than $250. I filed as head of household and made less than $250,000. Or I filed as a qualifying widower and made less than $250,000. So it gives you all the categories that you could fall in to qualify. And then it just asks you to put your name again and certify under penalty of perjury that all of that is correct and submit. Literally, that's it, y'all. That's the application. So we just went through it in less than 5 minutes, right? That's it. So it's really, really simple. Like I said, you just saw it's no uploads. It's nothing like that. You go to Studentaid.gov. You'll see it right on the front of the website, and you just fill it out and submit it. You can do it on your phone, your iPad, your computer, whatever. Let me see. We got some comments. The Department of Education is probably going to cross-reference with IRS tax forms anyway, so that's why no income proof as is required at this stage. So, yes, that's absolutely right. That's basically what I was saying before. They're going to check. So don't get in trouble perjuring yourself because you saw that little certifying statement at the bottom. You have to certify under penalty of perjury that the information is correct. So you're essentially certifying that to your knowledge, you qualify within the income requirements. So yeah, don't worry about having to look for tax forms or anything like that before you fill out your application. Just go on there and fill it out. It is that simple, at least for now. So that's why I say, go ahead. I don't think they're going to change the qualifications because obviously people would be in an uproar if they said they were giving us till December of this year to fill out the form, and they started changing the form. So I think the form is going to stay consistent, but just get it in early, so you won't have to worry about it. And then you can start to see if you qualify, and payments are going to pick back up pretty soon. So you want to know if the $10,000 to $20,000 does wipe out your student loans or significantly reduce your student loans. That's going to affect your student loan payment. So at least you know where you stand once payments pick back up. The COVID pause is over. So it's simple, y'all. Get on there, Studentaid.gov. Get on there, fill your application out if you meet the income requirements. One thing I do want to bring up, it counts for Parent Plus loans too. So I know one person had a question on one of the lives that I did a few weeks ago. Will Parent Plus loans be forgiven? So separate from whatever relief your children may be eligible for, parents with Direct Plus loans will be entitled to loan cancellation too, as long as they fall under the income cap set by Biden, the 125 for individuals and 250 for households. So that was a really good question, and I did want to address that again. Direct Plus loans, so Parent Plus loans that are federal loans, do count for this loan forgiveness if you meet the income qualifications. So if you're a parent and you've been holding this Parent Plus loan for years, make sure you go ahead and submit your application at Studentaid.gov too, because I know a lot of parents out there took out loans for their kids to at least assist them with their college tuition, and they still might be paying on those loans or still have those loans. So it does. Federal Parent Plus loans, Direct Plus loans do qualify as well for potential forgiveness if you meet the other requirements. So I wanted to address that. Make sure if that applies to you that you go on there and you do your application as well. And if you're watching this and you know your mom or dad has a Parent Plus loan for you, make sure you give them this information too. All right, y'all. So I just want to get on here real quick. Make sure you knew this information. Make sure you knew the application is out and get your application in. I hope this was helpful. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. We post new videos every single week, and we're going to have more student loan information as this process continues. So if you want to get your information, just quick, not long and drawn out. We're going to get to the point and do the applications with you if we can. Make sure you tune in and subscribe to the channel so you see when more videos come out on our student loan playlist. All right, y'all. Good night. Monday hopefully is ending soon for you. I'm about to go eat and relax and gear up for tomorrow. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.